I started out February 2nd, 1956, Bainbridge Recruit Station. From there, I came aboard the USS Leyte. Well, she was my first ship and the best ship. It was just, I mean, we didn't make too many overseas cruises. We did 2 Mediterranean cruises, which, if I wasn't on board there, I would have never been there. But it was, like I say, it was great duty. And she was out of the 3 carriers that I was on, the Lady, the Lake Champlain, and the Kearsarge, the Lady was the best. Being my first ship, that was my biggest highlight. I mean, when I walked down the pier and I looked up and I saw this big monster all the way up as far as I could see, I said, man, oh man, how the hell are you know, how could it be? And when I reported aboard, they said, well, go down here to this compartment. Use that ladder. Go. You were 2 days, you couldn't find a chow hall unless somebody took you by the hand and took you down there. And I was just in awe at the size that the aircraft carriers were. And that's a small aircraft carrier compared to carriers of today. You can put that one inside the new ones. Served 4 years on her, put her out of commission in 1959. From there I went to a destroyer escort, which was going from the Queen Mary to a rowboat, from the size and the movement of the ship and everything. So I was aboard her, aboard the USS Leicester for about 4 months, and I took my discharge, went home, and re-enlisted with the stipulation that I go back on carriers. So I was assigned to the USS Lake Champlain. Same home port that the Lady was in. While aboard the Lake Champlain, I did the recovery of Shepherd, the very first man that was shot into, not space as they call it, the heat space flight, Gemini 2, and then Gemini 5. So I was involved from the beginning to almost the whole end of it. While on Lake Champlain, I got an eye injury, and I was sent PAD to the Naval Hospital in Newport, Rhode Island, where I put 18 months. And one of the funniest things that went on over there was they put me in security police. They took my military driver's license away from me. They gave me a guy that couldn't hear. They sent us out on patrol. He drove and I listened. They called us a where team. And it was a riot. It was a riot. Every day they say, oh, here comes the team. Well, we protected the USS, well, it wasn't USS, but it was the Honey Pits. When Kennedy brought it into Newport, we stood guard duty on her, which we just stood at the end of the gangway and just wouldn't let nobody near it. But that was one of the biggest thrills, to see Kennedy, Caroline, and little John out on deck, looking up at the ship.